Must admit that I don't know anything about this bike apart from what I saw on Pink Bike Academy. But it's usually a good thing to test new bikes without any preconceived notions. Considering the looks and the feel of the Spanish Rallon, my first thought is that this is a nice trail bike with maybe 150mm of travel. It's that lively, poppy and with very little pedal bob and the flats too. I feel kind of stupid now when I sit here and stare at the spec sheet. This is a 170-160 bike. Maybe the coil shock on one of the bikes should give that away. I just rode a 170mm bike only a couple of months back, quite extensively even, and I can only draw the conclusion that bikes can feel very different. Looking at the geometry, it's not very extreme. In my opinion, it's right there in the middle of the enduro segment, making the bike more rally than monster truck. I enjoy that since it's a lively sensation to ride this bike with some pop built into it when you want to. I didn't ride the bike in very steep descents, which I regret now. I would really want to see how it behaves there, but I did find some chunky sections and of course the suspension works very well at those places. We don't know anything about our bikes, my brother and I, but we are guessing that this is the top version of the Rallon, which of course is quite costly with all those exotic parts. A much better option in my mind is this bike at almost half the cost and probably with very similar riding characteristics. Still with top components and with the possibility to mix and match with other components should you prefer to. It's a fully revised bike from 2022 and my bike is actually a mullet with an air shock in the rear. There's a flip chip to change the geometry depending on the rear wheel size, but I don't think the chainstay length changes that much. My brother got a 29-29 Rallon with a coil shock and he did not in any way want to switch bikes with me. I guess he liked it that much. We both liked our respective bikes, but I think if I was to place an order, I would choose the coil version with a 29er in the rear for smoother handling. The bike is already agile enough that I don't feel the need for a smaller rear wheel. To summarize this little quick test, the big takeaway for me is that a long travel enduro bike doesn't necessarily translate to boring on the climbs, flats and in mellow terrain. And I'm slowly starting to realize that Orbea as a brand really is up there with the premium brands.